Chat. Did it happen? Did it happen? Is it Ghostbusters series or... It did? Did it happen, Niall? It did happen, like 3 times? Wait. Like, what do you mean 3 times? Nah. Wait. What do you mean he did it like 3 times? They made a Ghostbusters 3 times? Nah. 3 was much later? Oh wait, it is? あ、そうなんだ. But wasn't it the movie is like so popular? I wonder why did it take so much long? なるほどね. Ghostbusters! そうなんだ. I gotta watch it. They made 5? Now they have until like 5? Holy. Holy. Don't ask! そうなんだ. Oh, I see it. Ghostbusters 3 was 2021? Wait, what? It took that long? It took that long? That's insane! Wait a minute! So the third one came out in 2021? Wait, there's a one in 2016 too? Wait, chat, what about... I saw the people talking about there's a one came out in 2016. What about that one? We ignored the 2016. Why? Why? 2016 was a reboot. Ah, how was it? I assume it wasn't that good? By a reaction?ねえ。2016年はダメだったっぽいね。Yeah, I see the chat reaction. It's terrible, bad, ass. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, got it. My. 2016 one came out. Is that how it goes?
Let's just put it this way. There was no Ghostbusters remake in Ba Sing Se.
なるほど。なるほど。ね。Ah. Well, now I wonder what he thinks. Now I kind of wonder what he thinks about the 2016. Now he said he will watch it. Now I wonder what he think about it. Simpson!
Saturn commercials?
Yes,
They're
I
super
have.
fun to watch.
It is. I think I watched it on stream like a year ago or something. But yeah, didn't Bart always call his dad like was his name like Homer, like that? 確かバートってさ、自分のお父さんのことをお父さんって呼ばないで名前で呼んでんね。ホーマーねえ。Yeah, he does. How the heck he doesn't get trouble with that? ねえ。Yeah, he does. Why? What? How the heck he doesn't get trouble into that? Nah, if I do that to my mom or dad, I don't want to think about it. So was it? But my favorite part of the Simpson is there was an alien taking away every family member in a Simpson, and then when they tried to kidnap the Homer, and then the whole family is like looking up and like like that. But then they're like kidnapping one by one family member, and then the Homer lastly like left. And then when the one UFO tried to kidnap him, they're kind of like hesitating, like what do we do with this guy? Like that. And then while the UFO is like hesitating, Homer doesn't move at all. He's just staring at it like I love that part. I love
Ultimate
that
weapon
part.
to
I
take
don't
over
know
the
which
world.
episode where they went to Japan. Oh yeah, I did. I did watch it. And I also watched the part that Homer was like throwing the Japanese emperor. And then you know what happened? That episode got banned from Japan.
Around the world by drawing some